Arsenal boss Arsene Wenger, scrapping FA Cup replays bad idea, I would have less trophies. As of last season, replays were dropped from the quarter-final stage onwards in another bid to make the trophy more attractive to the English elite. But Arsenal boss Wenger, who has lifted the cup an unprecedented 7 times, believes scrapping them completely, as has been suggested by some, would be a massive mistake. The Frenchman believes replays are one of the unique ingredients that help make the competition so special. And it is little wonder, given his fond memories of them began in his first full season at the Arsenal helm. Wenger's North Londoners completed the double in 1997-98, but only after being taken to a replay on 3 separate occasions en route to Wembley. I am not in favour of this Arsenal boss Arsene Wenger ahead of his holders' trip to Nottingham Forest today, he said. Overall, if you gave me the choice of whether to go out or to have a replay, I'd still want the replay. No, I wouldn't abolish them, not when I think that it helped us quite a bit to win this trophy in the past. And we have a squad who can deal with that. Many people want to cut it, but, personally, I am not in favor of this. Amazingly, considering it is now almost 2 decades ago, Wenger can vividly recall Tony Adams and CO acquiring 2 bites at the cherry in the 3rd round in 1998 against then second-tier outfit Port Vale. Indeed, after a goalless draw at Highbury, the Gunners eventually triumphed in the replay via a penalty shootout. Wenger, 67, added, Port Vale. Of course, I remember Port Vale. We had a replay and won it over there. I think Ian Wright played. It was a long time ago, but for me it was a good discovery of what England and the FA Cup was all about. If Arsenal's current crop are under the illusion, brushing aside Championship side Forest will be a formality. They only need to cast their minds back to this time last year to realise nothing is that simple in the greatest domestic knockout competition of all. They look to be heading towards a shock exit at Preston before coming from behind to snatch a last-gasp 2-1 victory. And Wenger warns the Gunners must be prepared for a similarly tough tie against Forest. Yes, they may have sacked boss Mark Warburton after Christmas, but they remain a genuine threat, according to the Emirates Supremo. Wenger, whose side beat Man City in the semis and Chelsea in the final last season, said, "As a club we are hugely focused in these kind of games. But it's a special game for Forest, and that's why we have to be absolutely ready. I remember games we played at Brighton, for example, when they had just built their new stadium, and what a huge fight it was to get through. I've been in England long enough to know what to expect on Sunday." When Wenger first arrived on these shores, Forest was still in the Premier League with their legendary manager Brian Clough only just departed. Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger comments on referees ahead of Chelsea match. Tipping his hat to Clough's glorious reign at the Midlands club, which included ruling Europe twice, Wenger revealed he was an inspirational figure for him growing up. He added, "Whether his achievement was bigger than his personality I don't know, but he's a special person in English football." His personality has left a huge print in the history of the game, so he will be remembered as one of the 3 or 4 greatest managers in English football. Clubs like Forest show how much football has changed in the last 20 years. Forest could never win the European Cup now. I met Brian after we played Forest early on in my time here. By then he was thin and fatigued. But he was a special figure for me when I was growing up and a coach I had tremendous respect for.